Got such great talent here.
When was the last time you heard a Talking Heads song?
That's right. The name of that group is called Talking Heads, and that's a group from the 80s. They also got started in a place called CBGB, but that's another talk and another time. Anyway, welcome home. That's the name of my talk today. And that's exactly what this place has been for me, a home. One of the lines in that song was called, "We make it up as we go along, feet on the ground." Also, which I didn't have written down, head in the sky. But that's exactly what we teach here. The feet on the ground is what's happening now. It's the reality that we have to create from. But our heads in the sky know the possibility of what can be, what could happen. Only through our mind, only through our consciousness can we get that to happen. And my slides are going slow. Someone once called me here the maintenance man. No, it wasn't a compliment. It was kind of a dig, thinking that you, as my congregation, sees me as nothing but a maintenance man or a gardener. But I'm here to tell you that those people, that industry, is well respected. Anytime you have a house that you buy, you get a landscaper, a landscaping architect to come and design the grounds upon which your house sits. That's technically a gardener. We just put a nice fancy name on it to make us sound more important. But who cares about what you think of me? What you think of me is none of my business. But it's nice to know that people kind of think like this, and I love it because it makes me smile because I can hear the chatter, but I don't buy into what's being spoken. What does the maintenance man do? Like I was saying earlier, he fixes things. Welcome home. You got a leak, you got a plumbing, you got a backed up sink, you got a backed up toilet. Who are you going to call? You're going to call a maintenance man to fix those problems. Because a maintenance man has life experiences, they have the tools upon which to fix your problems in your house. Whether, like I said, the plumbing, the grill, the gas line, electrical. That house, your home, your sanctuary needs repair every once in a while. And sometimes you can do it yourself. But there are times when you need to call someone who is more equipped to deal with the problems because they're a little bit bigger than you or I can handle on our own. Understanding the way things work is also part of what a maintenance man does. Being able to see the entirety of the problem, it may be just one little thing. In fact, I had a great demonstration. I swear to God, I bring stuff into my life like no other. You were so lucky that you weren't here 45 minutes before service because I was running around ragged, and I had plenty of people to help me out here. Gilmore, everyone was there. But there was a situation that kind of popped up. Now, it had to be fixed, but I'm the maintenance man, remember? That's what I do. I fix things because that's all that I am here. Empathy and sympathy. When I was becoming a reverend, we touched on those words. And it was taught that don't to buy into them, that these have nothing to do with spirituality or who you are. But I'm here to tell you on this stage, right here and right now, emphatically, on that camera, for everyone to see, you must have empathy. You must have sympathy because you have to, thank you, you have to see where the other person is coming from to understand the frustration and the anger that they may have. And by having that empathy and that sympathy, You, as a maintenance man, have the tools to help that person through the problems of their house, whether it be their lawn, whether it be their sprinklers, or whether it be your TV or your cable, or better yet, how about internet? Having problems with internet, who are you going to call? It's not the Ghostbusters. Seeing the house as perfect even before it starts. That's what a maintenance man does. That person has to see the perfection of your home in its entirety when they show up to fix that problem. They have to see it and know that it is done. Then it's just the process of going through the motions. A reverend does the same thing. Thank you. So when somebody calls me a maintenance man, I hold that with honor. Because as a reverend, isn't that my job? To be your maintenance man for your spiritual, your temple, your mind, your thoughts, helping you through life's turmoils? Isn't that my job? Of course it is. But I'm called a reverend. It sounds important. But when you boil things down to their essence and get to the root of what a word is, reverend, maintenance man. It's the same thing. It's the same principle. A plus B equals C. Just like last week when I was talking to you about the bingo method, if any of you, I hope somebody used it last week and remembered it. But just like the bingo method, it doesn't matter what you call it, the process is still the same. So I, being a maintenance man, a.k.a. a reverend, am up on stage today to help you through life, to help you through this transitional period. And let me tell you what, it is exciting, and I love it. Dr. Joe says, as you're going through the shadow of death, don't build a condo. Well, guess what? We're not building anything yet. Speaking of Dr. Joe, as I'm trying to come up with my talk today, I'm all over the place, all the time. But one of the things that I love that he did is he would do pick a page. Now, for those who are new here and haven't seen Dr. Joe talk, this is where he would take our Science of Mind book and pick a congregant out in the audience, tell them to pick a page, pick a paragraph, and he would read that paragraph, and then he would be able to talk about it, and it was what's a word? Outstanding. It was like unfathomable how this paragraph was fitting exactly what was going on that particular day. So here I am at night trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about. So I said, what the hell? I'm going to do Dr. Joe does. So I did pick a page. I got the Science of Mind book, opened it up, and went with my finger on a page, and this is what popped up. Involution precedes evolution, and evolution follows with mechanical precision propelled by an immutable law, the law of cause and effect. And that's exactly what I was talking to you about last week with the bingo method. Begin with God, include yourself, name your good, gratitude, over and out, boom, done. Your prayer is done. It is answered as you speak it. But the nice thing about this, mechanical precision. There's no woo-woo here. That's not what we teach. There is a mechanical process between your thought and your connection with spirit, which is already inside of you, to cause the demonstration of what you want to happen. I get emotional sometimes. And I blame this philosophy because before this philosophy, I could go through life with no feelings. And let me tell you what, that sucked. I love having these emotions. It may embarrass my wife from time to time, but what I want to tell you today is this. You want to talk about a demonstration? 12 years ago, I had a thought in my head. As I was going through the Science of Mind, the 100 series, which are basic entry-level classes that we teach here to get you up to speed about this thing called spirit, this thing called life, this thing called love, and how you work with and as and through spirit. So I was back there where Fran is, listening to these teachings and going to these classes, and I thought to myself, and even my wife doesn't know this, and so this is the first time I'm actually speaking it. One day, I'm going to be up where Joe is, and I'm going to knock it out of the park. I released that prayer back then. I didn't tell anybody because Joe's also told us sometimes our prayers are so out of the ordinary of what people think our life is in our cubicle that it's so beyond, outside the fence of our life that we've created, that people will put their thoughts on it. And what that does is then diminishes our resolve that this is what I'm going to do. And so I held on to that prayer. I released it to the universe. But just like that, blowing out your candles and making that wish, I held on to it for myself because I didn't want the input of anybody else's idea about what I could or could not do. And so here we are today. I'm up on this stage talking and teaching and doing exactly what Dr. Joe does. And I am just, this is a demonstration, people. If you ever have a doubt that your thoughts can't create, look at me right here, a maintenance man up on stage encouraging you to be the best self that you can be because it's already there. You just have to believe your own words. Thank you. So as I was doing the pick a page, I was like curious, going off on a tangent like I always do. I was like, what's the last word? What's the last thing in the book of Science of Mind? And so I went through the index, and this is it right here. World, the light of the. 477. That means it's on page 477. Here's what it says. I am the light of the world. That's obvious through the Bible, right? John 8:12. Jesus was not referring to his humanity, his human personality, but to the principle inherent in generic man. Do you notice the word principle is capitalized? One of the things that we do here is that there's words to describe spirit. There's words to describe us. So when you see a common word like principle and it's capitalized, know that we are referring to the God aspect of that action, that word. So principle, meaning God, is inherent in genetic man. They who follow this inner principle, again, capitalized, talking about spirit, talking about God, shall have the light of life. For this principle is life, period. It should be an exclamation mark, but I didn't write that. But that is how perfect and wonderful this book, this philosophy, your life is. Everything is connected. From stuff not working in the back of the room, and I'm frantically here before I've got to get on stage, to being right here now. I'm telling you, I love the roller coaster ride of life. Start enjoying your ride. It is a great time. Here's another one. When we make the demonstration, when we must take that, I got to tell you, I got to make these words bigger because I need glasses. We must take what goes with it. Therefore, all demonstrations should be made in peace, confidence, and joy, and in the realization of divine love and perfection permeating everything. I know, laugh at me. Please laugh at me because I don't care. I don't have that big of an ego up here, okay? I'm nothing more than a maintenance man. Thank you. But again, I just did a pick a page, And how perfect is that paragraph to what's been going on for the past few weeks? It really is. It amazes me and blows me away at every single turn of my life how Spirit is always there, showing me it is there through my actions, through your actions. God, Spirit, the universe, it doesn't care what you call it. It is there already within you. You just have to recognize it and see it and act from that energy. So I have a few things here for you. Respecting every voice. That is one thing that we need to do here. Respect every voice, even though they may be contrary to our beliefs or what we want to experience. That's fine. Somebody can have another opinion about a situation, but that's fine. That's their life. My life is this. But I can respect where they're coming from. This affirmation, walking in lasting love in all matters. Is that not a sentence? Shush. Shush. Shh. This is a great line, and this is something I came up with last night. To be able to live in that energy, that realization of one's self-confidence. Again, it doesn't matter what happens with people. You are on your own course. Enjoy it. Be the best person you possibly can. That's what we're here to teach you to do. Don't worry about the naysayers. That's unimportant because it's you and Spirit in alignment that creates a reality of your life. Consciousness over nonsense will allow yeses. Those naysayers, people who doubt who you are, know nothing about what you are. Your consciousness, thank you. Your consciousness, your belief in yourself, your realization of who you are with this divine power, there's no opposition. There can't be. There's diversity in this world, and that is a fact. But that diversity isn't taken from someplace and given to someplace else. Spirit is big enough for each and every one of us, regardless of what faith they believe in. It doesn't matter because it says yes. Those are affirmations that I created, but they're also acronyms. So I'm a maintenance man. Yeah, what type of show is this? Well, everyone, it's time to get to work. Because if William can't fix it, we're screwed. I'm your maintenance man.